No. So the regulation of heart rate. So the regulation of heart rate. Regulation of heart rate. So heart rate is a reflex process. Heart rate is a reflex process. So okay, which contains a center, ascending nose as well as descending nose. So what do you mean reflex is an automatically involuntary response of the body to the stimulus. It may be the hyper, it may be the hypo, it may be the tachycardia, it may be the bradycardia. So first of all, what are the centers? Simple. Okay. First of all, in the regulation of respiration, first of all, vasomotor center is the most important thing. Vasomotor center. Second one is efferent nerves. Efferent nerves. Efferent nerves. And third one is efferent nerves. Efferent nerves. Efferent nerves. Okay. So this is the heart. This is the center. For example, this is the center. So this center is the main integrating part. So it receives the sensory impulses, it sends the motor impulses to the heart. Or so these are the efferent impulses, these are the efferent impulses, this is the center. So first of all, so this center is the most important. So vasomotor center. So vasomotor center, it is normally presenting in brainstem, especially so the lower part, the lower part of medulla, okay, especially the lower part of the pons and the upper part of medulla. It is presenting reticular activating system. So in this three areas are important. Vasodilator area, and vasoconstrictor area. Next one is sensory area. So first of all, vasodilator area is the most important. So vasodilator area, so it is mainly presenting on floor of fourth ventricle, in the medulla. So this is the medulla. So in the medulla. So it is presenting on as a medial side of medulla oblongata asymmetrically. So this is the vasodilator area. On stimulation of this, so the heart rate as well as blood vessels are dilated. So on stimulation of this, heart rate will be decreased as well as blood vessels are dilated. Heart rate will be decreased as well as blood vessels are dilated. So the impulses from vasodilator area are coming through vagus nerve. So this is the center, this is the nerve, so this is its action. And then on stimulation of vasodilator area, heart rate will be decreased and blood vessels are dilated through vagus nerve. So that's why it is called as cardio inhibitory. So next one is vasoconstrictor area. So vasoconstrictor area is presenting on lateral side of medulla oblongata. Lateral side of medulla. So it sends the impulses it sends the impulses through the autonomic nerves through spinal cord. It sends the impulses through the autonomic nerves to the heart. On stimulation of this center, the heart rate will be increased, as well as the blood vessels are constricted. And so vasoconstrictor area is cardio-acceleratory. So on stimulation of vasodilator area is inhibition of the heart rate. On stimulation of vasoconstrictor area, increasing in the heart rate will take place. So next one is sensory area. So this sensory area is presenting on posterior aspect of medulla. Posterior aspect of medulla. So it is very close to the vasodilator area. So why it is called as sensory means it receives the impulses from different parts of the body, especially aortic body as well as carotid body. And it sends the sense and it receives the sensory information, and send the impulses to the vasodilator area automatically. So impulses are discharging from vasodilator area. So these are the centers. So first one is centers: vasodilator area and vasoconstrictor area and sensory area. So vasodilator area means it is presenting on medial aspect. From there, it sends the impulses to the vagus nerve. So this vagus nerve will innervate the heart as well as blood vessels. So major blood vessels. So on stimulation of the center, heart rate will be decreased and blood vessels are dilated. So that's why it is called a cardio-inhibitory. So next one is vasoconstrictor. Vasoconstrictor presenting on lateral aspect of medulla. On stimulation of this center, impulses coming through spinal cord via the sympathetic nerves, especially at the thoracic level. So they came out and innervate the heart. So on stimulation of vasoconstrictor area, heart rate will be increased and major blood vessels are constricted. So next one is sensory. So sensory means it receives the impulses from carotid body as well as aortic body. So and sometimes from hypothalamus, as well as cortex. And it receives the information from different parts of the body, especially carotid body as well as aortic body. Okay, and send the information to the vasodilator area. So these are the centers. Next one is efferent nerves. So efferent nerves are nothing but the nerves which coming from center innervate the heart, which is simple. Vagus as well as sympathetic fibers, So these are parasympathetic fibers as well as sympathetic fibers, different nerves. First one is parasympathetic. So parasympathetic nerves to the heart. Parasympathetic fibers to the nose is coming from the vagus. So the vagus is arising from at floor of the fourth ventricle, especially at medullary level. So from there, it innervates it comes down and on both sides and innervate the heart. First of all, on both sides. Okay? So right vagus as well as right vagus as well as left vagus. So this is the vagus nerve, parasympathetic fibers. It arises from vasodilated area. So this is the left vagus, this is the right vagus. First, so it arises from the floor of fourth ventricle. Okay, especially at medulla, in the medulla. So on right vagus, it innervates the SA node mainly. Okay, and some parts of both atrias. SA node is the most important. Next, so left vagus is also coming from the same as medulla, the floor of fourth ventricle. Okay, it comes down and innervate the AV node mainly, and some of the fibers will innervate the both atrias. Okay, and a few fibers may innervate the ventricles. A few fibers. And then on stimulation of the right vagus, SA node will be activated. On stimulation of so left vagus, okay, so AV node will be affected, not activated, affected. Simple. If the right vagus was stimulated, so automatically it is parasympathetic in nature, and which means it inhibits the SA node. And on stimulation of parasympathetic fiber, on stimulation of the right vagus, SA node impulse was discharged, and heart rate will be decreased. Heart rate will be decreased. On further stimulation of SA node will stop impulses. So next AV node takes the action. And in the ECG, so there is no P waves are there. Only QRS complex is there. It is called as sinus arrest. Okay, it is called as sinus arrest. So next, on stimulation of the left vagus, which innervates mainly the AV node. Automatically, on stimulation of left vagus, it inhibits the AV node action. So both are inhibited. So heart action, both are inhibited the SA node as well as AV node. But mainly SA node, so right is mainly SA node and left mainly the AV node. So on stimulation of left vagus, AV node delay will take place. Okay? So even though the impulses, the pacemaker impulses from SA node will be discharged to the AV node, it doesn't allow the impulses to travel down further into the Purkinje fibers as well as bundle of as well as into the Purkinje fibers. Okay? So these heart blacks will occur. Okay? A mild stimulation, it causes first degree heart black, which means the PR interval is, each P follows the QRS, but PR interval is more. And further stimulation, PR interval may be prolonged. On more stimulation, so there is no QRS complex. And so even though the impulse was discharged from the SA node, AV node doesn't allow to pass it down. Simple. And which means so for 3 to 4 SA node impulses, AV node allows only one impulse. So for every 4 impulses of SA node or every 3 impulses of SA node, so AV node will allow only the one impulse, which means depend upon 2:1 or 3:1 or 4:1 black will occur. And for every 4 periods, 1 QRS is there in ECG. Okay? So for every 3 periods, 1 QRS is there in ECG. Okay? So for every 2 periods, 1 QRS, so 1 QRS complex will be there. So this is the parasympathetic innervation. So how the parasympathetic? So what is the mechanism? It is parasympathetic. It is mainly what is neurotransmitter which involves parasympathetic action is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine, which is released from parasympathetic synaptic vesicles. Okay, so will act on myocyte or SA node, not SA node. So will decrease the heart rate. And which means, so acetylcholine is the most important neurotransmitter which is released from the parasympathetic or vagal nerve, which inhibit the SA node action or which inhibit the AV node action. And so the chemical which is involved in, so the neurotransmitter which is involved in parasympathetic action is acetylcholine. So this is parasympathetic action. So next one is sympathetic fibers. Different knows that parasympathetic as well as sympathetic. So next one sympathetic. Sympathetic fibers will arising from vasoconstrictor area. Okay, so vasoconstrictor area. So this is the vasoconstrictor area. Okay. So which is presenting on lateral part of medulla. From there, impulses pass to the spinal cord. Okay, especially at T1 to T4 level of vertebra. T1 to T4 level of vertebra. T4 level of vertebral levels or T4 spinal cord segment level. So some of the fibers will comes out through the lateral horn of lateral gray horn. What is the importance of gray horn is anterior horn. Posterior gray horn is important for sensory. Anterior horn is important for motor, and lateral gray horn is important for autonomic fibers. All are together forms a peripheral nerve. So the impulses from vasoconstrictor area or travel through so some of the fibers, sympathetic fibers, and they travel and they came out especially at T1 to T4 spinal segments, especially at the lateral gray horn. At the lateral gray horn, so they form cervical sympathetic ganglia. And what do ganglia means? Yes, what do ganglia means? A bundle of neuronal, a group of nerve cell bodies out of CNS is known as a ganglia. But what do nucleus means? A group of neuronal cell bodies with CNS is known as a nucleus. Out of CNS is known as ganglia. Simple. So these fibers coming through these T1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and they form okay, 3 types. Okay, and they form 3 ganglia. Okay, so cervical, superior cervical ganglia, and middle cervical ganglia, okay, and inferior cervical ganglia, inferior cervical sympathetic ganglia, and which means okay. So this is superior cervical sympathetic ganglia. It involves and from there, so it is ganglia. These are presynaptic fibers. These are postsynaptic fibers. So these postsynaptic fibers, especially from superior cervical ganglia, so which innervate the which base of the heart, and middle cervical ganglia, so rest of the heart. And inferior cervical ganglia, so it acts as a sensory or stretch fiber. Okay? It acts as a stretch receptor, and it acts as a it is the stretch. It is the stretch sensation of the heart to the spinal cord. the center simple. అంటే superior cervical ganglia, middle cervical ganglia, inferior cervical ganglia are there. Superior cervical ganglia innervate by the base of the brain as well as major blood vessels, okay, in the heart as well as in the brain. Yes, middle cervical ganglia, so which innervates the rest of the body, okay, so remaining of the heart. But inferior cervical ganglia, it acts as a sensory nerve. And it gives you the stretch sensation from the heart to the spinal cord, from there to the center simple. Next, how these sympathetic fibers will act? Simple. So the impulses from these sympathetic fibers are so the action of these sympathetic fibers is mainly by a neurotransmitter. It is adrenaline. So this is acetylcholine. So this is adrenaline simple. Next, and the most important thing is vagal escape. Most important thing here is a vagal escape, especially the parasympathetic action. అంటే on stimulation of the right as well as left parasympathetic nerve or vagus nerve. So SA node will stop the impulses, or AV node will stop the impulses. So even though SA node as well as AV node both are failed, sometimes the impulses may arising from a ventricular muscle itself. Which means the maximum stimulation of parasympathetic or vagus nerve will decrease the SA, will stop the SA node impulses or will stop the AV node impulses. But after a few seconds, so the impulses of the heart will arising from ventricular muscle itself. Which means so even though there is so much inhibition is there, but the heart rate is there. It is because of impulses originating from the vagus, and which means the ventricle will escape the effect of vagus. It is called as vagal escape. So in this vagal escape, there is only the purely ventricular rhythm is there. So there is no atrial rhythm. So that's why it is called as idioventricular rhythm. So idioventricular rhythm, or it is called as a vagal escape. What are the ECG features of idioventricular rhythm is? It is only QRS. So there is no atrias. Only ventricular impulse. Only QRS is there, but its shape is abnormal because of impulses originating from ventricular muscle itself. Automatically, so there is broad as well as irregular QRS is only there, simple, at the rate of 20 to 30, because it is the speed of ventricular impulse conduction. Impulse rate is not rate. So all of you study the vasomotor center, efferent nerves. So next one is efferent nerves. Yes, what is the efferent nerve is? It is nothing but so sensory nerve. So it is nothing but inferior cervical ganglia. Inferior cervical ganglia is act as a efferent nerves from the heart. Okay. Next, so these are the centers as well as nerves and their action. So next one is, what are the factors which are important? So normally if vagus influence there which inhibit the heart rate, as well as sympathetic influence is the vasodilator area will send the impulses, and vasoconstrictor area will send the impulses continuously. Okay? So one is inhibitory and one is acceleratory. So there is continuous impulse discharge on both sides, but normally but normally, so vagal tone is predominant than sympathetic tone in the physiological condition, which means so the vagus stimulation is vagus nerve tones kind of vagus impulses are more affecting than sympathetic impulses on the heart, which means so the heart is always under control, which means so the heart always wants to increase its rate. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం బయటకు పోయినా కానీ ఇంట్లో కానీ ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ భయపడుతున్నా కానీ ఏ చేసినా కానీ ఏ చిన్న పని చేయాలని కానీ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలని కానీ ఎప్పుడు భయపడుతూనే ఉంటాం కామన్గా. ఫియర్ ఈజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ సెన్సేషన్. ఇంకా సో ఆటోమేటిక్గా ద హార్ట్ రేట్ ఎప్పుడు పెరగాలని చూస్తుంది అన్నమాట, చిన్నదానికి కూడా ఏ కండిషన్ కైనా కానీ. సో అందుకే వచ్చేసి హార్ట్ రేట్ని ఎప్పుడు తగ్గించడానికి హార్ట్ రేట్ నార్మల్ చేయాలి, ఆ పెరగకుండా చూడాలి, ఎప్పుడు కంట్రోల్లోనే ఉంచాలి. కాబట్టి సో parasympathetic effect is more than sympathetic. Okay? So the normal heart rate is mainly vagal tone mediated. ఈ vagal tone, so if the heart rate will be increase చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఆ vagal tone కనుక మనం ఇన్హిబిట్ చేస్తే ఆటో సింపాథిక్ టోన్ ఎక్కువైనట్టే. vagal tone తగ్గిస్తే సింపాథిక్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి హార్ట్ రేట్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అదే హార్ట్ తగ్గించాలి, హార్ట్ రేట్ తగ్గించాలి అంటే సింపాథిక్ టోన్ పారాసింపాథిక్ టోన్ ఎక్కువ చేయడమే. అంటే విచ్ మీన్స్ హార్ట్ రేట్ని ఎక్కువ చేయాలన్నా కానీ తక్కువ చేయాలన్నా కానీ ఇట్ ఈస్ మెయిన్లీ బై వాగస్ నర్వ్. వాగస్ నర్వ్ ఇన్హిబిట్ చేస్తే హార్ట్ రేట్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది, వాగస్ నర్వ్ ఎగ్జైట్ అయితే హార్ట్ రేట్ తక్కువ అవుతుంది. అంటే వాట్ ఆర్ మే బి ద ఫ్యాక్టర్స్